This time on the Families Matter Most podcast.
So you're going to open up your calendar. You're going to look at your month. I want to see some work, some rest, and some play. I want to see fun in your calendar. I want to see exercise and movement in a way that fits, that works for you. What would you do with 2 more hours every day? Even better, what would you do if the hours that you had, you could maximize and you felt good about? How would that feel for you?
Every time Jen Dean speaks, I can see hope, knowledge, expertise, wisdom, and love.
When Jen Dean speaks about parenting, we make sure that we are there to listen because we know we will get valuable advice.
Families Matter Most with Jen Dean.
She doesn't just give skills for us to be better parents, but she teaches us how to reach our children's hearts. And at the end of the day, that's what truly matters.
Welcome back to the podcast. This is episode number 77. We are in a series all about time management, planning your schedule, planning your time. What are your priorities? How can we live in a place that feels fulfilling and authentic to who we are and show up and be present for the things that matter to us most without feeling burdened, overwhelmed, and burnt out? That's what we're talking about today. I'm not sure when you're listening to this, but as I record it, we are just getting ready for fall. And I know January is supposed to be the new year, but I think for most of us, fall is our new year. Would you agree with that? September, that's when you make decisions for your schedule, your activities, your family. What are you going to participate in? What are you getting involved in for the year? What are your commitments going to be? That's the fall. That's September. So this is prime time right now. I wanted to create these to be a resource for you. So save them, listen to them again, maybe, next year or next January. I feel like January is kind of like a check-in for me, for my schedule too. Wherever you are, whenever you're listening to this, I think there's some valuable tools, things that I have learned, things that I've experimented with. I'm going to share with you my best tips. So episode number 75 was the big picture, and that is important. Don't skip that one. That's about our values, that we live according to our values, whether we like it or not. So if you're making decisions, or if you feel like the decisions are being made for you that are outside of your values, you are never going to feel fulfilled. Simple as that. You will always be feeling like you're living according to someone or something else. You're always going to be feeling stretched, like you're not really doing what you wish you were doing. It's not going to feel authentic. It's important that you spend some time there and you figure out, why are we even here? What are we even doing here? That's episode number 75. Go back to that. Number 76 is about a cognitive dissonance that we do. It's about a brain issue. This is a psychology thing. Cognitive dissonance, when we want 2 things at the same time. I want to be fully present with my kids when I'm around them, and yet I also really want to get that email done, and I need to respond to this guy, and I need to write this proposal, and I need to talk to this person, and I need to organize this closet, and I need to fold laundry and make supper and go pick this up and mail this, right? We have all these things in our head, and we want to be all the things at the same time. And you know how that works. That ends in you feeling like you're kind of failing at everything. So I can help you with that. I've worked with tons of clients on that. And in case this podcast sounds different, this is podcast number 77 in our time management series. This is number 3 in this series. And it sounds different because I'm outside. Sorry, Sean. I don't know if this is going to be a nightmare to edit. I don't know what the sound is going to be like, but it's gorgeous. It's 30 degrees outside. I have a really good studio that I could be recording this on, but it's just so good. I don't know if you can hear the birds. There's some construction. Hopefully, that's not what you're hearing. I am loving being outside. So bear with me if it's terrible. I won't do it again, but this episode is hopefully good. Come on, Sean, work your magic. Podcast episode number 77. This one is the calendar. This is it, guys. This is what you wanted to get to. This is the but. Come on, Jen. How do I actually do it? How do I live my life in a way that doesn't feel overwhelming? How can I organize my life? Well, let's look at a month in the calendar. So this is what I do. And I'm going to reference the things that I can. I've stolen so many things from so many people, and I'm going to try and give the shout outs where I can. I want you to look at your month ahead of time. But let's break it down for a month. How do you feel this month? How do you feel going into the month? Do you feel dread? Do you feel distracted? Do you have motivation? Do you feel like you can conquer some things, you can tackle some things? Now remember, as we talked about in the previous podcast episode, depending on your week of your cycle, you might feel more or less productive, more or less motivated, and that's okay. Just knowing that can help you to have some grace for yourself. But how do you feel about this month? Do you feel like you're a mouse on a wheel? Do you like when you look at all the things you have to do in the month, is it overwhelming? What would make this month a win? What would your month have to look like for it to be a win? And maybe you've got some big things coming up. What would you have to do? What if you scheduled some buffer time? Shout out to my friend Karen, who is so good at this. She will always schedule the Monday of a busy weekend off. If she's got holidays, if she can, she will plan to take Monday off to recover, which on the one hand sounds foreign, because if you've got a super packed, fun, busy weekend ahead, that should be your weekend. But she has learned about herself that no matter how much fun a weekend might be, she needs the Monday to relax and recoup. And I think it's brilliant. She's learned that about herself, so she uses her holidays strategically, and whenever possible, she gives herself a quiet day at home before heading back in. Now, you could use that to do laundry, you could use that to organize, to get your groceries ready, to go through your email, whatever you want. The point is you have that buffer day. It helps her to show up more on the weekend, and it helps her to show up more at work because she's had that day. When I bring that up, do you feel like immediately what rises up in you? Is it oh no, I could never take that for myself. I could never take a day just for me. No, I could never just put the kids in daycare and have a day at home quiet. That just wouldn't be fair. That's just not right. And I would ask, why not? Why is that not fair? Why can you not have that for yourself? Is it because you don't deserve it? Is it because you're not worth it? Is it because you come last? I would challenge you on that. If you could do that for yourself, would it make you a better mom? Would it make you feel more present? Could you show up fully and be more authentic at home and at work if you gave yourself a day every now and then? So consider that. Look at your month ahead, and if you've got something big, plan some buffer time before and after. Now, you adapt this to make it work for you, but I'm holding you accountable to that. Plan some buffer time. And I don't mean to pack it full. I mean some downtime, just to take a breath so that you can show up for the next thing. Next, if I were working with you, if I were your coach, I would say, show me your calendar. I want to see where you have time blocked out to work. I want to see where you have time blocked off to rest, just that downtime like we talked about. And then I want to see where you have time blocked out to play. We were created to play. Think about kids. Kids naturally are drawn to play. We don't have to teach them this. They naturally want to. There is something inside of them that is built for it. They need play. They need laughter. They need fun. We need all of these things. We need joy. We need laughter. We need some fun in our life. So I want to look at your calendar and I want to see some fun planned. What does that look like? I don't know. What is fun for you? Is it a cooking class? Is it going out for dinner? Is it going hiking? What is fun for you? Is it, going to the gym? What do you enjoy? What fills your cup? Is it going on a fishing trip with your friend? What is it? Shopping? I don't know. But I need to see it in your calendar in some form. Maybe it's meeting some friends over Zoom and having just like a party in your basement. What is it for you? I need to see it in your calendar. So in your calendar, I need to see time blocked off for the big things, buffer time before and after. I need to see your time blocked off for work, your time blocked off for rest, and your time blocked off for play. It's important. It's important. And exercise is important too now. I want to see some time blocked off for movement. All of us say we want to be healthy. So show it to me. Where is it in your calendar? Is it there? Where is it? What does it look like? Is it a walk? Is it going to the gym? Is it taking an exercise class? What is it? What do you like? And I have to say, after you have kids, things change. The things that you did to lose weight before having kids are not going to work the same now. I mean, physically, our bodies are different, but also just we don't have the time. We don't have the energy to devote our whole life to some workout exercise regime anymore. We need to be more creative. We need to be more efficient. It's possible. You can do it. We just have to be open to trying some different things, some new things. And good news, I'm a personal trainer and a nutrition coach, so I can help you with that. But for today, I want to know where your exercise is and what it looks like. And can I just say this? As we get older, we have to shift. It's a lie to think that just exercise is going to help us lose weight. I don't even think exercise is the most important piece of losing weight. Truly, exercise is very important, but solely for stress release and mobility. Fun. It's for fun. What do you enjoy? Do you enjoy going for walks? Then do that. Do you enjoy running or doing HIIT training or boxing class or Zumba class? Whatever it is, do that. Do it for fun. And then later we can add in some resistance training. Weight training is important. As we get older, weight training is probably the most important thing you can be doing in terms of keeping your muscle mass, keeping your mobility, staying strong, staying healthy for the years to come. If you want to be rolling around on the floor with your grandkids, then you want to make time for a little bit of light cardio, and even if it's power walking, that's fine, and some strength training. Now, if that's overwhelming, don't worry about that. We'll get there. Start with just blocking some time off for exercise, finding something you enjoy, even if it's a dance party in your living room. You make it happen. Movement is important. So I want to see that in your calendar. And then free time and family time. What's important to you? I should be able to look at your calendar and pick your priorities. I should be able to see. If you don't know where your time is going, I have a resource that you can download, and I want you to journal your time. I want you to plan where you'd like your time to go, but I also want you to keep a time diary and really be curious, be interested into where your time is going. Because as your coach, I can get you 2 more hours a day. If you want more time, I can help you to do that. I can help you find 2 hours of productivity a day. We can be more efficient with the time you have. And then secondly, which might be even better, I can help you enjoy the hours you do have. My goal is for you to be fully present with what you're doing. If you're with your kids, I want you to enjoy being with your kids and not feel guilty for being somewhere else. If you're at work, I want you to be super efficient at work and fully present there. So I can give you more free time, but I can also help you to maximize the time that you have and enjoy it fully. That's important. I should be able to look at your calendar and guess at your priorities. So for fun, do that. Open up your own calendar, digital or paper. Take a look at it and ask yourself, okay, if I didn't know me, what would I think my priorities were? Is exercise a priority? Because I don't see it here. So I guess it's not really. Family time, where's my family time on the calendar? Where is it? Do I have time blocked out for my partner? Do I have time blocked out for my kids? Do I have some intentional quality relationship building things? What about my friends? Do I have any time with friends in this month? Is there anything there? What about fun? Is there any fun in my life this month? What are my priorities? I know, it's a little bit depressing, isn't it? I've been there. I've climbed out of that hole and created something that I'm proud of, and you can too. Now I want you to look at your weekly calendar. Your weekly calendar. I want you to take the same kind of mindset that we're talking about monthly and then just kind of translate that over into your week. What I like to do is, it's called Monday Hour 1, and it is from Brooke Castillo. She takes 1 hour on Monday morning. And if you're saying, Jen, I don't have the time, I don't even have an hour to plan, I got to tell you, when you do the studies and you look at the research, the best, most productive people, the CEOs, they spend more time planning than anybody else. And if they can make the time, then so can we. We can find an hour on Monday or Sunday night to look at your week ahead. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to journal out or get it on paper or get it digitally, somehow harvest your week ahead so that you can look at it. So that whether it's computer, paper, whatever it is, I want you to look at your week ahead. I want you to write down your top 3 goals for the week. And I call these my Friday finishers. Now that's stolen from Brendan Burchard. See, I've kind of hacked my own little system here. What are your 3 wins, your 3 goals for the week? I have to, at all costs, get these 3 things done. And by the way, for this week, recording this podcast was one of them. I have to get this done this week. Friday finisher. It's Thursday as I record this. I'm getting it done before Friday. This is my non-negotiable. If I have to stay up late Thursday night, if I have to get up early Friday morning, this is happening. And I only give myself 3. I know you want to tack it on. You want to make it 10. I know you do. No. No, you don't get 10. You only get 3. What are the 3 most important things you need to get done by Friday? After I've written out my top 3 goals for the week, on the other side of the page, I like to use paper. On the other side of the page, I write down all the other things that are in my head. Everything. I got to book this appointment. I got to call this person. I got to email. I want to clean this. I got to get groceries. I got to do. I write down all the other things. And this is how I do it in my own head, is I write down, in this hour, I write down all of the things that need to go in the calendar. So the appointments, all of the meetings, the admin stuff, the things, right? All those little things that just usually get thrown on a to-do list. I write them down in the calendar so that there is a time and a place for them. And then with the extra things I want to do, there's always extra projecty things that are in my head. I tell myself, no, I have to earn my way there. And that is stolen from something called the one thing. So I have to earn my way to the rest of the to-dos, because here's what we do. If you're like me, we write out everything that's in our head. We have this whole list of to-dos, but because I don't know, we're kind of lazy, or we're kind of anxious, or we're like whatever it is, for some reason I will stick to the easy little things on my to-do list, and I'll just do those. I'll do like the simple things, the things that don't really matter. I'll get stuck in the sea of those things, and I'll never get to the most important thing. Probably because it's the scariest, right? I won't do it. I'll distract myself and I'll divert to all the other things on the to-do list. And even though I'm crossing off those little things, at the end of the week, I still feel like I haven't gotten much done. I still feel like I've missed the mark because I didn't do the thing that mattered most. So this has really helped me. I've used it from the one thing, I put the 3 most important things on one side of the paper, and then on the other side of the paper, I write down all the extra things. I calendar what I can, and then the rest of them, I have to earn my way to. I can't get to them until after I've done the 3 most important things. So what used to happen is I'd get sidetracked. I'd get sidetracked researching a thing or going on YouTube or studying, and I would never do the podcast. And so then I would be stuck because I would want to do the podcast, but because it's scary for me, because it's scary to make a podcast, I would never do it. I would divert all of my attention to these little things. And at the end of the week, I would always kind of feel like I was failing. Now, I don't get to do those other things until after. So I have to go through my email. I know Patricia works with Families Matter Most. And she's like, Jen, come on, you have to organize these emails, because there's some things that she just can't do that I have to do. But I don't get to do that until after I've done this podcast. So that's just an example of how it can look in your life. So I've combined a bunch of different techniques, a bunch of different tools from other awesome people, and kind of made it my own. That's what I do. I take an hour. I set up my wins for the week. What are the 3 most important things? They go at the top of the page. And then on the other side of the page, I just download everything else that's in my head. I decide what can be scheduled this week and what I can earn my way to. And that's it for the week. The rest has to get put off until next week. I am not superhuman. I am not Wonder Woman. I cannot do all the things all the time. And I've just learned to be content with that, because progress is progress. And I cannot live my life as a perfectionist. I just cannot do it. I'm going to end it here. There's more, but I feel like you've got something to work with now. So you're going to open up your calendar. You're going to look at your month. You want buffer time. I want to see a scheduled time before and after big events, just to rest and relax. I want to see you booking some time just for yourself. I want to see some work some rest and some play. I want to see fun in your calendar. I want to see exercise and movement in a way that fits, that works for you in your calendar. Here's the thing. Share this podcast with someone. Both of you listen to it and then share your calendars with each other and do this activity. Look at each other's calendars and say, okay, if I didn't know you, this is what I would think is important to you because I can see it here. Download the free resource to keep a time diary, plan your time and see what works and what doesn't. Where am I multitasking? Where am I not effective? Where am I wasting time in my life? Because I can help you get 2 more hours. What would you do with 2 more hours every day? Even better, what would you do if the hours that you had, you could maximize and you felt good about? How would that feel for you? If you want, reach out. Let's have a strategy call because these are all great tips and you can use them to make a difference in your life. But if you're in a place where you're like, Jen, I want one-on-one, I want customized plans, I want accountability, then let's chat. Book a strategy call today. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to the Families Matter Most podcast with Jen Dean, part of the Saskatchewan Podcast Network. If you are interested in contacting Jen for one-on-one parent coaching, for speaking engagements, or just to get a little more information, please visit our website, familiesmattermost.com.
Have you booked a free strategy call yet? Because I offer free one-on-one video chats to see what coaching could be like for you. So if you've never tried it, you need to book a free strategy call right now. There's private coaching if you want help in your parenting, if you want help to deal with some anger, to work on some of your kids' negative behaviors, because yep, they all have them. If you want that, you're going to want private coaching, but also if you want to work on you, if you're in a place where you would say, you know what, I need to work on myself so that I can show up better for my family, so that I can take care of stress and anger, so that I can be a better mom, that I can show up and be more positive to the people in my life. If that is where you're at, then book this call. Let's see if private coaching or group health coaching would be a good fit for you. Book a free strategy call today.